Cain and Remy are two miracle children. Now, there's no pre-birth test that could have revealed this miracle here. Well, not a miracle as such, but this situation. Here we have two babies born, twins, and one is white and the other is black. And they seem to have the same eyes, if I read correctly. Now, the secret here is that both parents are white, but their parents, the grandparents of these children, were black and white. So their parents were white, and so they came together, and we have this, this lovely couple here. And it's obviously that when, especially in biracial experiences, you have a dominant trait and you have recessive traits. So here, the parents are dominant white, but they have recessive black because the grandparents were black and white. The children grandparents were black and white, and so it's amazing. Sometimes both parents could have been tall and they end up having twins, one tall and one short, because their grandparents or somewhere down the line had been a short person. This genetics is very fascinating. I recall though some women in Europe had twins. I think two boys, one was black and one was white. And it wasn't a mix like this because you could see she still is fair. Has, the white recessive genes or such. And she made it black and white. And what her excuse was that she had sex with her husband, who was white, and then she went home and had sex with her boyfriend, who was black. And so she had these twins, black and white. And I doubt that very much because, except it had been some sort of in vitro, what's it called again? When they fertilize the cells, the egg and the ovum and the sperm outside the body, and then they put them in. I think it might be something like that because yes, there is always the chance that something could happen, a freaky something could happen. But while I can imagine first one that ejaculated, was up in there, and the sperms were all up, climbing up, going for the eggs. Another person coming on, it's so unlikely that these latter sperms going to be able to get ahead of the other sperms and get through and even able to fertilize one. But that's what we're told, and I don't know. I just have my suspicions, except anyway. But this is an amazing realization of genetics, where you have the genetics. And while we are at this, in Europe, they were saying that yes, there's evidence of evolution because we have houses they discovered which entrances were like 4 feet tall. Just using an example, 4 feet tall or 3.5 feet or whatever. So they say, see, people were that short then, now they've grown up. And people have, the first people were tall, were 18 feet. So it was no evolution that people were growing up. We were born, or our parents were born like 80 feet tall. And through their selfish ways and through sin and so forth, they started having sex with other God's creation that had different lifespans and different complexion and also different heights. And furthermore, when people sort of seclude themselves in that community and they start marrying in, and they're not having new blood coming in and so on, family marrying family, all kinds of things happen. And one of the things I think will happen is we will have a sort of a dwarfing of the offspring, just like the Mayans. Those people out of Mexico, they're so short. It seems like they were so small in number, and they just had such a pride in themselves that they don't want to have to mix with others. And so they kept marrying the far off family that they don't know, and so they started dwarfing. So genetics is a very fascinating field of study, and I'd like to do some more of it. But this one is classic.